Hey there! Welcome to the impactsoultrip channel, the community for those who love to discover the world and make an impact. In this video, I will provide insights and the necessary documentation for applying for a visa that will allow you to volunteer in the United States. Note that I am not a visa immigration lawyer. All information and tips are solely based on my personal experience after volunteering in the United States. If you are new to my channel and wish to travel the world by volunteering, subscribe and let me help you find impactful opportunities. Let's get off the ground. If you have already identified the causes you care about the most and are considering applying for a volunteer opportunity in the USA for up to 12 months, you are probably asking yourself these types of questions. Can a non-US citizen volunteer in the US? How does the process for obtaining a volunteer visa work? And for how long will the visa be valid? First of all, you need to make sure you have a valid passport and a volunteering invitation letter from an American organization. From then, you can start your process to apply for the B-1 visa through the U.S. Embassy in your home country. The B-1 visa allows foreigners to travel to the U.S. for certain activities, for a period between 1 month to 1 year. In your invitation letter, the nonprofit organization will state your period of stay and the activities that you will perform as a volunteer, according to the projects you will be involved with. The invitation letter must declare that you may not accept payment for your efforts, but the organization can provide you with accommodation, board, and an allowance or reimbursement for incidental expenses. The invitation letter should also include that the volunteer activity does not involve earning money by selling items or accepting donations. The letter will also include the following details: your name, date, and place of birth, your foreign permanent residence address, name and address of initial destination in the United States, where you will volunteer, and anticipated duration of your assignment. Let's move on to the next step. Now it is time to go to the consulate or embassy website to complete the visa application form and pay the fees to schedule your visa interview. This is a moment of anxiety and excitement. Yay! The interview process is not a big deal, even though many people feel very anxious. Just be yourself and, most importantly, be prepared to answer any requested information about the purpose of your volunteer work in the United States, your plans after finishing the program, why you chose that organization, etc. After this step, if everything goes smoothly well, you should receive your passport back within a few days or weeks with your visa approved. Before we jump into our next step, I have a bonus for subscribers. Would you like to learn how to make an impact through your investments and be able to grow your money faster to go abroad? Keep an eye out for the opportunities I have for you in this video description. Let's keep moving now. For how long the B-1 visa will be valid? It will depend upon the reciprocity agreement between the United States and your country. It might be valid for just a few months or up to 10 years. If a multi-entry visa, it means you can use it to enter the US many times while your visa is valid. If it's just a single entry, you will need to apply for a new visa in the future if you would like to visit the country again. It's important to keep in mind that having a B-1 visa only allows you to request to enter the United States. This is not a guarantee that the U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) officers at the airport will allow you to enter the country and permit you to stay for the exact period described in your invitation letter of volunteering. You might receive an allowance to stay for a maximum of 6 months. But the nonprofit organization might be able to support you and ask for an extension of your permission for your long stay, just in case is needed. Key aspects of the B visa for volunteers. 1. Spouses and children are not eligible for dependent visas under this category. 2. Accepting employment or work in the U.S. is prohibited under B-1/B-2 visas. 3. Even with your invitation letter from a not-for-profit organization, there is no guarantee of visa issuance. 4. A valid U.S. visa in an expired passport remains valid until its expiration. Now let's talk about the visa waiver program. This is a type of visa for citizens of certain countries who plan to stay volunteering for 90 days or less. Under this visa, you might be able to travel to the U.S. without a visa. In this case, you will only need to complete an online registration at ESTA, Electronic System for Travel Authorization. Important to know that even under the visa waiver program, you will need to have an invitation letter from the organization you will be volunteering for. The Customs and Border Protection officer at the airport in the U.S. might ask to see this letter before allowing you to enter the United States. You can check if your country of residence is under the visa waiver program by visiting the travel.state.gov website. I have added the useful links in this video description for you. Finally, I would like to mention that I have heard the process for getting a U.S. visa is facing delays and subsequent denials in many countries after the pandemic. It is highly recommended that as soon as you have your letter you apply for your interview. The nonprofit organization and the volunteer abroad programs agencies cannot guarantee that you will succeed in your visa application. But normally, they offer instructions for all applicants to support them during the visa process. I hope you feel motivated to choose a great organization to join this year and make a positive impact in the world. Please let me know in the comments which cause you care about and are planning to volunteer for. Best of luck in your visa application. If you find this video helpful, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.